Let's play Minecraft. Or Space and Place. Alright, what do we get this turn? A bunch of the yard refits. A bunch of the ships. The planet still has no pop. Anything we need to launch into orbit? Another citizen data bank. More central computers. We only built like 16 mines per turn on each build queue. That's not a lot for how many you want to lay. Did I miss some? I did not miss a satellite that I need to launch into orbit. Okay, more of the protection patterns finishing. If we add more plans, upgrade to level 2, that doesn't really matter. We're going to upgrade them all to level 5 soon enough. Alright, research, we've gotten a ship weapon mount 11. That ought to be the max. At massive ship mounts 5. It's going to take 2 more turns for that to transfer to my allies. Who are the ones that really asked for it, but I can certainly use it now as well. Make an even better Norexan. We've got Admiral Plans 4 now. Alright, did we get anything here? That 13 construction queues in the cloud system. Isn't that the same system that we got the last 2 times as well? Maybe it always picks the one with the highest amount of queues or something. Okay, common reports. Vision going up here. Wait, didn't we order some assaults last turn? Battleship. Down planet. Disarmed. Down planet. Operational. Entire planet disarmed. Entire planet operational. We're from 61 to 11% damage because things that had partial damage on it died, I guess. And one got conquered. Didn't even lose a small troop. Alright. And no combat down here. Oh, don't tell me the fleet flew back again, did it? Yeah, I love SE5. Just unmark the damn minefield and fly through it. Yeah. With this, we have now lost 4 turns on the assault. Twice before we entered this system here at all, right? And twice after we exited it. Because we spent 1 turn flying back and then 1 turn flying back the collection point. And you can actually go through here. Remove the orders, it'll show 0. Let's give an attack move. Let's give an attack move onto the hex here. And then a warp order. And the warp order also queues a move order, so let's remove that. Walk back. And then just warp. That's what I did last time. I just gave an attack order, so I tried to go around the market minefield. Thanks, 85. I love you. You boys all need to wait another turn. There isn't much reinforcements coming anymore right now. So these guys can just collect here at the war point. Oh, supply ship. Oh, what he's building. Is he building anything for his cargo? Yeah, he's building mines. I'm gonna drop them on orbit or something. What do we have here? Is this a new colony? Did we colonize new planets this turn? We sure did. And yes, this is one of the new colonies. Passing cosmic storm with damaged conditions on a planet. Well, that's unpleasant, I guess. This planet can also be undomed. Let's give it the attention that so sorely needs. 149% organics. Not to kick it above the natural threshold of 150. Would be ordinarily its max Q or value improvement plan. Then we would surely upgrade to level 5 using the upgrade all button. By the time it actually gets queued. Make sure that happens. Let's queue a few of these first. And then just fill the rest of the damn planet with yet more farms. Alright. Where are planet shields unlocked now? Did we already have them unlocked before? First, tech level 1 planet defenses. I didn't take that, did we? Did we get that from our allies? Must have had it for a while. And I must have just not seen it. Random planet has pollution. It already has troops though. The people should remain reasonably happy. It's also only mild. Okay, whatever. Rollo, oxygen. You already have oxygen people on you. You are going to be a mining colony. Queue yourself one of those. Queue yourself 200 of those. One of down here that I want you to be the proud owner of a space yard. And as many mines as you can fit. And then you can do those after. Right, honestly, you're not in danger of being attacked right now, so schedule that after your yard. Alright, you've job. Ikiak, this system here. That's not high enough mining rates to do anything with. So you are going to be research. Do we already have anything designated in this place? Just mining, mining, refining. Okay. If I had an Intel, or if I had multiple Intel places here, I would put more Intel to concentrate it all into one system. Eventually make use of one of these Intel directorates, which I think exist if you were to ever upgrade the Intel centers. But why would you? Because intelligence doesn't really do much. So you should also get a shipyard, an IPP, 200 happiness bringers, and research labs. -1, queue one of those instead. Those to the bottom of the list, done. And 2 planets in the Gambit system. This will be the first one we took off the Kentaurans' hands. Oh god, look at that. That's great values for rats and minerals. And good values for organics as well. If I've ever seen a place that would be a prime spot to receive monolith facilities, it would be this. Designated a resource colony. We're going to need to wait for it to receive migration. It should hopefully happen soon if there's this little population on the planet. In the meantime, you can build a space yard. You're only tiny, unfortunately. Let's just start with a mine and a platform. That should take a couple turns, and then later we can max you out whenever you got your population. Okay, the other one in the gamma system is the one right next to it. This one is carbon dioxide. Already received migration from the emotionless people, but whatever, I'll take it. Well, I'm dormant now. Terrible resource values. Are you going to be research? Yeah, there's other research planets in the system, so you are also going to be research. We already have a directorate system queue. Yes, there's one in the queue. No, there's one in the queue in my empire, but not in the system. Okay, so you are the one that will receive that then, because you have emotionless people on you. Firstly, you are going to receive a space yard since you are a large player, not a tiny one. Your IPP. And then labs. And we will delete 2 for a central computer and a research directorate. There we go. Pretty right. Top it off, this 200 happiness troops. And there we go. Good, that's it for the news list. Need to look at the state of the fleets in the Aldebaran system. Interesting here. Yep, and that was it for our ship weapon mounts. We've maxed attack now. Probably wasted a couple of percent of our research, but not very much. That's fine. Do we want to get anything else? That was the idea of getting the since our ally is struggling getting the max level cargo bombs or something. We've also seen that our enemies are building the phased energy weapons here for the phased polar beams that are shield skippers. Apparently, well, I'm not sure if they're building these, but we've certainly seen that they have the technology for them. Where are they? Energy discharge, phased energy weapons level 3. And you have phased energy weapons level 3. This is some variation with that. Might just have level 1. I think it might have level 2. Or level 5. I don't think the danger is all that high unless we really have ships that are only protected or largely protected by shields. And even on my newest Norex designs, I've gotten shield heavy. I've got almost 2000 points in shields and then still 755 armor. So the gimmick plates or the ECM plates, and then the 2 plates of regular armor. But we can just make this all a non-consideration by putting a couple of points into shield attack and unlocking phased shields. For that purpose, I will now look up at which level you unlock phased shield. Okay, ready to unlock phased shields. Here's my game directory, game types. We're going to look at the balance mod. It's data files, and we want to see where we unlock a component. So let's open the long components text file. Look for the phased shield generator, maximum level 11. Requirement must have at least level 10 in shields. Get MP attack level shields must be equal or greater to 10 plus 1 level minus 1. That's a bit of an idiosyncrasy, makes it a little harder to read, but if you know what this does, it makes it a little easier to understand that the level 10 here is equal. It's just one of these common off by 1 errors, or off by 1 scenarios in coding anything. So we need to get at least level 10 in shields. We probably want to get a few more levels. They start at 300 shield points and get 20 per level. My ally can probably just build space shield generators soon enough if he has the tech. Normal shields also improve by 20 points per level, but start at 200. And they also scale with levels. Yeah, level 1 equals level 1. So at level 1 you get the first shield level, and it's just 1 level of shields per level, and then up to 16. Okay, if they go up to 16 and they go up to 11 and they start 100 points lower than these, they should eventually max out at the same point, right? 500 points. Question is, how many levels does the shield generated tech field have in general? That is also something we can find out. Looking at, what was it, research? Tech areas. Shields. 20 levels, yes. So the last, 11 levels are going to give you shield generators. And the shield generators are probably going to max out at 16, I am going to guess. Yeah, I don't need to guess, I can just read it from the formula. Yes, that stops at level 16 then. So that means shield generators are going to be 400 points at the time we unlock the phased shield generators, which are then going to have 300 points. So I probably want to do more than just unlock them, and I think we have the research points to do that. So just 3 more levels. They get TechFi gets 2k more expensive per 16, 18, 20. I can get about 3 levels of this per turn for the next couple turns. I want to still max planet utilization soon. So let's math it out a little bit for how much we want to invest into this. I currently have 2,000 points put into it. This one also gets 2,000 more expensive per level. So I need 24k for this level, plus 28k for level 14, plus 30k for level 15, that's 82k. Honestly, just dump it all into this and then do the shields later. That's what I would do ordinarily. But since tech transfer through the treaty only transfers one level at a time, I'm going to go and split my tech after all. I'm going to go and get at least one level of shields now. 25% of my research right now, and dump the rest into Planet Utah. Just so that this one level of shields starts transferring to my allies as soon as possible. You can accelerate transfer just by giving them gifts, but they also need to first be sent and then accepted and then received, so there's always a 2-turn delay there. You can only start sending them after you've teched it after all. So if I were good to research 3 levels of shields like I just did with 3 levels of the massive weapon mounts, then after I've researched them, my ally already gets the first level. I can send him the remaining 2 levels as a gift offer. He will receive the gift offer next turn, at which he's already received another level. He's already received the second level then. Then he can accept the gift offer. And at the same time, as the gift then arrives on the third turn, the third level will already have transferred to him. Alright. That's for research. After Planet Utah, we're going to do shields, and does not look like we need to do economic tech right away. Maybe it'll look different in 5 turns or so. There was also the idea that we could just tech the remaining levels of components factories. Should be here under robotics. 6k per level. I don't think it goes up very high though, probably just level 6 or something. 6k per level, yeah. Almost 36k the max. Same cost as this tech field. So that's something we can do to increase our usage. Making shipyards faster makes you a little bit more flexible too, so that's usually a good thing. Okay. Let's leave research behind and look at our fleets here. Where is the main fleet? I can see the multi-invasion fleet. Just stacked, yeah, it's just stacked above one of the planets. This one is depopulated. So still has some facilities left. 5 of them. They probably didn't have methane breathers there. This one has more pop. He's building his stealth armor, basic sensor, ECM, and afterburner drones with 1 PD gun. Still not entirely sure what he wants to counter with those. Because they're just super competent and effective, sorry Ed. And then this one is still actually defended. I guess there's no point in moving these away for him. Not sure what his economic situation looks like. I've just been killing planets left and right, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has a shortage on something by now. Alright, didn't we queue up in order for you to load troops? You don't have any orders queued anymore. I'm going to look at all the Pactianoses. This one's empty, and this one too is empty. And the planet still has some. So it did not load all the troops that it should. But now we have 2 planets that are undefended anyway, and our fleet is about to produce a third. See, it also did not move its full movement range last turn. Last movement was undone. Let's clear its orders real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to swap out the Pactianoses. There you go. Split out these 2. attack these planets that are already disarmed and go and load troops with this one. Or could it be that it tried to execute the load troops order before the turn was done and the combat had happened, and that two of these combat ships just didn't drop their troops? I'm going to have to look at the combat replay in a sec. And you will attack that. Then you will just stay over the places where your troops are. Combat fleet is going to attack that. Then I can either go into Cydonia. Two of my minesweepers can take that. We won the potion and the dustbuster. So I think some 250, 300 mines worth of sweeping power. I can just go down towards Orion. There isn't really much of anything in these in-between systems here. So I think I want to push into the northern systems here. Try and attack this place, perhaps. Maybe try to push into here. Did I likely upper here already? Yeah, this is all mystic space. Slurpee has some stuff here, but she is still very passive with. You know, I would not be all that surprised if he pulls up a double betrayal, since he's just they're not really attacking each other, right? It's pretty obvious by now. There was one big battle that they put up here. I was going to say staged. I don't want to put that much ill intent into their mouths, but yeah, we'll see next turn how this one ended up. At least it looks like the Gurak fleet got beaten back. Still a big fleet from the E over here though. I don't think he'll be in a position to attack them as well, because I think he had more than 22 ships in this sector before. Yeah, they're clearly chasing something. They're on a fleet and they are escaping. From drones. Or at least they fought a big fight there. Yeah, but Mr. Slope probably hasn't done much this game, I'm afraid. Okay, what was I going to do? I had given orders to this fleet and I was going to decide whether to move it down, up, and I was going to move it up. Let's just collect you at that war point then. On the way, you might as well attack that place as well. Actually, make that an attack order as well. No need to move these stacks around move orders. And you can collect yourself there, I guess. These other places we can attack with other assets. I'm not really worried about these two battleships. Even the B combat forces I have in here might be able to take them on. There's some of these combat drones in there as well. And of course I still have ships that are coming back as reinforcements, so I can just collect them for 2 turns or something and put together a new fleet. Actually, I'm going to move this waypoint ahead. It's waypoint 2. Texas overlaid. Can barely see it. It's waypoint 3. Yeah, way to disable the names. Empire options, display. System display, show waypoint names. Waypoint 3. Just leave that off. I don't think there's much point in having it on. So waypoint 3 is there now. Control 3 is the shortcut for that. You guys all go there. You are still going there. Anyway. Now I've moved the waypoint. I don't need to reissue orders to all of them. That is nice. Sure, I can rebuild with that. I believe the system's cleaned up. The drone group I have here can also support that push. It's cleaning out the home system of the Kantarans. Yeah, pop transport, Algoma 6. Yeah, just places. Okay, I was going to look at the combat replay for this planet to see if these two ships just did not drop their troops. What's it Aldebaran for? It's not the fleet with 24 battleships. Aldebaran 4. One that started at 61% damage and ended at 11%. Not much left on it. They are the Pactianosis. They're all independent task groups. Right. So it shouldn't be that they didn't drop because they were turning out of range and the escort ships never entered drop range of the planet or anything like that. Accelerate this a little bit. The plan was just full. No, I can see them all 4 drop. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you a tonnage count. Medium troop is what, 20 kilojoules, the small 10. So that's 328 plus 70. So just about 400, which is what I believe these can carry. Yeah, 400 or 400 worth of troop for 4K. Not sure. Maybe a low troop order did execute, but only half, which would be weird. Or maybe it only loaded one type of troops. These all have secret police troops. Why do they have secret police troops? Is that what the small troops were? Did I collect them somewhere by accident? To collect them from this place? It certainly doesn't have any. Damn. Let's build you new secret police troops. Because you are unpleasant. And your population build speed actually matters a little more than usual on a yard world. Still happy. So the ground combat, did you see my police troops there? So there's legions, those are real troops. They have missiles and armor and engines. Lizard Archer, no, those are my small attack troops. It's what they should be. No, all the small troops I can see are just Lizard Archers. As they should. Oh, what's this? Oh, more legions. Anything else? No, there's nothing more I can see. I barely see the green dots on the map here. All these damage displays on the game's lagging to shit. You can see my FPS being 5, 6, 7 at the top there. Oh, that's better. Console frame rates. Legions. Do we get a list of the design names in here as well? Yeah, you do. Legions, Lizard Archers. I don't see any secret police in here. Oh, where from did you get them then? Well, it's obvious that you're not going to conquer anything with police troops. I can't have spawned as militia between turns somehow and then get loaded or anything? No. Strange. I am absolutely baffled how this happened. Let's see. Yeah, there's still 4K troops. There's all the troops still on the planet. They just appeared somehow. I guess they're all the political officers that are keeping the troops in line or something. Who knows? Whatever. Let's drop them on this planet and drop and then load the correct troops. I can give you specific orders to load lizard archers. And if that's not enough, load legions. And if that's not enough, load legion 3s. And then attack that place. You don't need the move order. It's just going to waste turns. And then we're going to do the same thing with you. Drop is K. I never hit K, unfortunately. Drop your secret police. Then load real troops. Attack that place. Remove the movement orders, which are not needed. And now order this fleet to also load the correct kind of troops. Remove your extraneous movement orders. Remove the generic load troop orders. Remove that one's unnecessary order as well. Move the attack order to the bottom again. And actually, I don't want you to fly over that planet. Take a detour. There you go. Okay, this place. You have population migrate to you, the zone, so you're immediately undomed as well. Good. The facility that was here have been immediately repaired. They were pretty damaged at the start of the battle, so we now have a shipyard in place. Start by constructing yourself a protection platform. It actually takes 3 turns. And as soon as these gommers in place here to here, no, that's just pop transports. I believe they're stuck in space, right? So the movement log. No, he's moving them around. I must just move back. He was chasing one of my scouts around there, wasn't he? Okay, yeah. So he could just glass his colony with these ships. I could leave the combat ships of this fleet here to protect against that. Let's do that. I'm going to split off another Pactianus. Pactianus 3. And you're going to get set orders that I was going to give to the fleet otherwise. Then attack there, then attack there. I didn't add one extraneous move order for the first one here. Okay. And the fleet, I'm going to delete your orders and just order you to stay where you are. Move to where you are. What are your combat settings? Max range break, so you're set to kill. And then there's a bunch of drone groups in the... Actually, a decent amount of drones in the support group. With all the slow drones so that they don't slow down the main fighting group, I see. Task force leaders and generics. Make it the last one. People don't expect that. It doesn't really matter though. And these guys should, I hope, be able to take care of some gommers. They're what I have there now. I'm not going to sim it and just take that risk. Okay, and I guess then you can start with a IPP. You do have massive mounts, heavy weapon mounts. Yeah, I never did build the massive mounts. Didn't take them. I cheaped out on that when I still had About half the research points I did now. In the distant past. Not very distant. Okay. Your research compound, I'm not going to change that. Designation. Am I going to capture a resupply depot here? Yes, I am going to capture a resupply depot here, so I do not think I will need... Oh, I do not think I will need to build one. This place has its drones though. I mean, I only have PD guns. I could probably just fly in with the Pactianos and the drones wouldn't know what to do. I'm going to trigger a combat on this planet again. Try and take care of these. There's drones in this fleet, right? There's no drones in this fleet. If there were drones in the fleet, the PD drones would probably engage the drones. Then just get shredded. Could I send some of my drones here to take care of them? That's what? 15, 16? It's 9 plus 8, 17 of these PD drones. Yeah, 17. They're not in a group. They're all going to move independently, but still, they're probably not going to spread out very much, are they? So it's going to be 17 relatively concentrated PD guns. And these good interdimensional PD guns as well. Honestly, the best idea would be to attack that place with the fleet here. Use the drone groups to bait out the PD drones, and then just shoot them to bits with the Generex's APBs. He can move there in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. I can move there in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. This Gomez have 10 move speed. I have 11 move speed with the invasion fleet. Maybe I could do it if the PD drones don't slow my fleet down by disabling enough drones of a drone group. Maybe. Honestly, I don't see why he wouldn't attack, because what else is he going to do at this point? But then again, he might not get the idea to attack at all. The only way he could damage one of my invasion ships with these PD drones is if he set them to kamikaze. These things are rather intentionally undefended at all. The idea was always to protect them with PD drones of my own. Do I have fast drones in this group? Yes, I do. What about I just make 3 fleets and protect them all with one of these groups. Great fleet. You out. You go in there. You each get a buddy. It goes up to Kappa and then it starts at Alpha Alpha again. Okay. Your attack strategy shall be to capture planets, as will your defense strategy. Because what else are you going to do in life as a group ship? And I'm not going to bother setting the formation. Okay, the multi-invasion fleet can do what it did before and stay here, and I'm going to re-give all these orders. First, you drop your troops. No, and don't just generically load troops. Load from the planet the real troops. The real troops. The real troops. And then go there. Remove extraneous movement orders. Drop. Oh, hit K. Secret police. Load. Lizard archers. Legions. And older legions. Attack that place. Remove extraneous movement orders. If you give orders to a fleet, it always seems to add an extraneous movement order, even at the start of the list. When I gave orders to the ships themselves earlier, it didn't do that. Drop. You don't want to didn't have anything loaded. Load real troops. Go around that planet and check the other one. Remove extraneous move orders. Okay. So that's the plan here for this turn. That took a bit of time, and yeah, I have to reissue the commands a few times, but it's important to consider what's going to happen during the turn, what the enemy can do, get contingency plans in place, plan around, Okay, the rear fleet was going to go up. Would be great if I could get my ally to move something with sensors in range. Not sure if he has something with a sensor good enough to detect the minefields here. Sorry, a tachyon sensor or high level base sensor. Python X frigate. Why is he building a frigate? That has to be a scout, right? Let's look. No, it has two Ripper beams for some reason. Basic sensor 4. See the site level 4. He's leveled mines enough. I don't think that's enough. I want to see if there's enough mines to hurt me. They must have been laid by these troops, or by these groups. Well, I can't have very many freighters here, right? Repli, small freighter. Repli 2. Okay. Mix 3 is a minesweeper, I think. Repli. Mix 3. Let's see, any of these even mine layers? It's a minesweeper as expected. And a Ripley. Repair and resupply. So what laid the minefield there? I have minefield codes with the Slurpees. Right? Minefield code. Both empires share minefield codes with each other. Because I did send something through here. Like 10 turns before I sent the next scout through here that I was going to send here. Keep an eye on that planet. Which he now has himself because he built that basic censorship. I could, of course, just risk it and run into this unknown size minefield. Same as I was playing down here. Down here, I have 1,000 minesweeping capacity. Here, I don't. We have my old last generation. No, it's not a last generation. It's not a Gorg. It's an Imposium. I have a new generation minesweeper, although it's not an upgraded variant, but has even more space. And the Dust Buster with more limited amounts of minesweeping capacity. I think I'll be fine. I'll just collect myself there and then attack next turn. The question is also what I'm going to do when I'm here. I will, next turn, before I jump through, I will sim my fleet against this base. We have mines in orbit as well, great. No weapon platforms though. Weapon platforms are what destroyed my allies' last two fleets. Shield generator. Shield generator, no weapon platforms doesn't really matter much. So anyway, I'm going to sim my fleet against his fleet here. And I'm going to decide if I'm going to immediately engage or take a position somewhere on the slopey worlds and try to move elsewhere. Okay. What do we have here? Licinius. Mines. You want to move these this way as well. So then ask me what to do with your life next turn. The repaired shrike can go do repaired shrike things. Just collect yourself at the war point for now. Eagle, we don't need you here anymore. You can go and here. Why not? Eagle, you are not really needed here anymore. You're not needed here either. Go check out the edge of the system and collect yourself near that warp point over there. Can go and well, not join the fleet, but go with it. Just go behind. No, if you go behind, I won't see you. Just keep yourself around. With here, Shrike in Tenchbury. Think about this somewhere, so I would finish building things here at the same time as some other docks. So this one needs a refit. Space dock number 3. All 884. Yep, they're already the upgraded variants. It'll just take another turn for the name to update. I'm sure I can go. And I can give orders to all of these. I can do that using the mass order give window later though. What's with these? Upgraded, not upgraded, 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 not upgraded, upgraded. You can also tell because that one's still being repaired. So nothing I can refit here. I think these are just building new ones wholesale now. X14, you can upgrade yourself to DirectX 15. Then go to waypoint 2. The other one here, King Falcon can upgrade itself to King Falcon 2 and go to waypoint 2. Actually, I sent a repair ship through, didn't I? Well, you're going to end your turns there anyway, so it's fine. Thrax. They were up there. Support that fleet. Visions compound with a ship. So let's go and use our new massive mounts. Level 5. Doesn't push it above 2k, unfortunately. 150 range, sure is a lot. I don't think I need to repair these if I hit upgrade, and they will automatically be upgraded. Let's look. No, still 150 range and still 1k, 1k. So you can't actually see that they do more damage, but I can be certain that they do now. Any Norexans in queues? No, none haven't started yet. Okay. The DirectX High Energy was a model that we're not going to produce. You don't need an upgrade because you don't have massive ship mounts, and only the dreadnoughts have. I think large freighters can have them too for some reason. So you go build one of those Norexans. Who else wants orders? All the drones over here. Stay where you are, wait for rescue. There's a drone here. Oh, your sentry orders dying because there's still the satellite over there. Can't you take care of that satellite? I'm pretty sure I swept the minefield a while ago. To be the last unit of the other Zone Collective. Scores, units 1. And soon it will be 0. Okay, Malfodor 2, did we not have an upgrade scheduled for you? We did. You are fully refit as well, so you can stay there for the moment. You actually need an upgrade. I did not refit that one. I'm going to need to remember that. Unlikely that I will remember that. Oh well, I'm going to take that loss. I know what I could do. I could mark myself a minefield here, and I wonder why I have that mine marked. Just as a note, a reminder. Licinius, you're the one that picked up the minefield that was there. It's not filling up your belly wholly, but you can also go down here and redeploy that minefield for the time being. I'll just launch it all there and then head back. So that's when I start moving to 2s. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you just finished this. Actually, you also finished refitting this. You did not refit yourself, so please go do that. Slow build for a couple turns anyway, so it won't matter. We have here a place that has 3-yard queue. You have police troops, you have the protection pattern. Facilities look fine, you just have rats facilities. I never did get the rats colliders or anything. Just build me an Orexon. Priscos, you immediately build a refining station, no refits needed. No. You also have yard upgrades you can do. Those are the only 2 minefields in this, the only 2 asteroid belts in this one. I'm pretty sure, right? Can you reach the homeworld here? No. Then go there. Upgrade yourself to Priscus 3. Slot in a new yard, but not new engines. You can continue being a civilian space yard ship. The Deridex 14 is 3 ships here. The Deridex 14 and 2 King Falcons. You will upgrade yourself. And then you will wait there, where the space docks are for your repairs. There's also those. Okay. King Falcon. Great. Then can you reach these? No, you can't. Go park yourself there. With here the reinforcements in this place. What is an Apocean here? I think I want to have the movement go through here this turn. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3 to jump through. But experience also says that these fleets will usually not be able to move the entire 9 movement range, but stop one farther. So maybe you're lucky and will be able to join the fleet next turn when it stops and doesn't move through again. Maybe we will push through. I would rather push through and see what state the fleet is in and then be able to queue more attacks. So you just stay there for now. It's a repair ship, a minesweeper, and a regular combat ship. Okay. Here, a whole fleet of new ships. I believe I had some ones that needed to get some repairs here. That's why I sent this ship to specifically that hex. Yeah, you can go all to waypoint 3. I'm guessing these are all. Yes, they're all going to waypoint 3. Okay. Drone, what's this one drone doing here? You are one of these old Luminators. You can stay there. We'll just go there. Cineos, you are still not quite full. The last boomies are getting produced this turn. That planet as well as this one. Okay. Before it actually starts queuing a level 2 now. Good. More open shipyards. I'm guessing these also finished building their integrated protection platforms this turn. Okay, that's it for ships that want orders. We'll check out remaining yards. A lot of space docks that want orders. Unfortunately, I can't see which ones of these have orders to refit themselves now. I can at the very least give orders to all the planets that have shipyards. Can I filter for planets? I sure can. Planets with shipyards. These 3. Add to all. One Orexon as a treat. Okay, and then I'll just go through my space yards manually after all. Also, those down here. You are done. You're free. You're free. Okay, 18 and 19 are free as well. Then where else did I have yards? DC I already talked about. Was one of these new? No. I just gave this one drones, so it would have something to do for 4 turns. Tenchebrai. You get an Orexon. You get an Orexon. And you get an Orexon. You don't. But you get an Orexon. Is this one upgraded already? Yes, it has the right numbers. Okay, then the big yard location. No, you are upgrading this turn. You are not. You are already upgraded. These ones are still repairing their components. But it's at 40% damage. I think stuff generally gets disabled at 50% damage. I'm not 100% sure on that. But you can start queuing anyway. You are more damaged, you're 100% damaged. If I hit Q on you or try to hit the button, there's nothing there. You are upgraded. You're upgraded. You're upgraded. You're upgraded, so you are all going to receive. So unfortunately, I still need to open them all up manually. Still scrolling again, past quite a few establishers again. Unfortunate. Strike, okay. Good, that's it. Let's look at our maneuver balance. Still 23k in the plus. That's fine. Screenshot it. Put it in the chat. Oh, my ally says he's now unlocked the first level of the null space cannons. That's nice. Those are the direct fire null space weapons, which skip all shields and armor. Just immediately do hull damage. The DPS is low, but I mean, if they do skip 2 or 3,000 HP of shields and armor, and then immediately start tearing into the enemy weapons or engines or whatever, that's definitely a big advantage. I was scared to hell of these null space guns from the Counters, but he never used them, not even the missiles. He doesn't necessarily need to, because the guns he's using on the Gommers, those phase disruptors, are just very good guns in general as well. I would not be correcting anybody that said that the new interdimensional trade would be overpowered compared to some of the others. So it has several very strong options. I would say it's stronger than a temporal trade, which only really gets good in a very late game, especially now that the temporal shipyard has been removed. So what does it get at the start? The alloy boner missiles, which are good. They're good, but they're not as long ranged as the organic anti-armor missiles and the time distortion burst, the direct fire gun that does 4x shield damage, which has just too low DPS to really be worth it, especially in the early game. I don't think temporal tech has anything else particularly interesting except the temporal sensors, which may or may not be more effective to research than tachyon sensors, just from the general sensors tech line. Also compared to crystal and psychic, and I think interdimensional is going to be one of the best trades at this point in time. Not surprised two of my players here took it. Alright. Anything else? Still one defense successes. There was some talk in just general balance mod chat that these numbers here weren't necessarily adding up to what people saw. At least their offensive wasn't what they didn't add up to what they saw being reported. So maybe it's not a good idea to rely on this too much, but I've not gotten any reports that anything got through, and this is also not showing that anything has happened, so I'm guessing that I'm still fine defensively, even with just a tiny percentage of my intel points are actually doing anything. This espionage ships and phase isn't really doing anything for me though. Oh, I can't move this window. Let's put it to something else, espionage colonies. Good. Stats. Should be no surprises in here. We have 159 plants now. Definitely got the most ships, but now most units, definitely because we're building the police troops everywhere. Research points, 66k, so it knows that we have more points than I do. Okay. I think this is just what you had at the end of last turn. So that's what you can spend this turn. This one already counts new constructions or something. I'm not entirely sure. Resources through the roof, and there's still so much potential to maximize our resource income. We can still upgrade the techs for our mines and radioactives collectors and get the mineral scanners and rats colliders. Just add another 30% income to all our planetary income. We can still research better remote miners on larger star bases and repower all our mining bases, which are doing quite a bit of income. 150k from this, 60k from that. It's pretty much 50% of my mineral income from the remote mining, or 40%. There's a little bit of trade. Of course, I've focused on the mineral mines, since they're typically what you need. I would only ever build a remote farming station if the asteroid belt had terrible mineral and bad rats values and really good organics values. It's just typically it's really easy to compensate on organics. And you saw I'm using organics plants that have 147, 8, 9% and up in for organics production. I have very many planets in my empire. I can just slap on one or two farms if I so desired and fix any shortage of this that I might have in the short term. And consumption is just not going to go up. All right, that's enough babbling for now. I'm going to finish the turn. String theory is safe. And see you next time.